Hi everyone, I'm Maribel here. I'm a counselor here at Merced Adult School, and this week I decided that I will do something different. I wasn't sure what I was gonna do exactly, but I knew that I wanted to be relevant to what's going on right now. So I decided to do this week on tips on fun and safe activities for the holidays. I know it is time, that time where there's a zombie apocalypse right now, and so we want to be able to still enjoy our time with those we care about, intimate ones, that is, our intimate family, those who live with us, and see what are some ideas that we can do during the holidays right now with Thanksgiving and Christmas, or just to hang out and have a good time, right? So I'm gonna give you guys some safety precautions, of course. If you do plan to see someone or spend time with your close family, or those in your household, and then I'll definitely give you guys some Thanksgiving activities as well as Christmas activities. They are obviously the most recommended as you're being the safest. Okay, so if you're going to be spending time with your family and in person, then these are some of the taking safety precautions by the CDC. So make sure you're wearing your mask. Important that you're wearing your mask. Staying 6 feet away. They do recommend no more than 10 people. Right? Obviously, if your household is big, because I know some of our families are big. I know people that have 13 in their household. So just, try to keep it within 10 people. Make sure you're wearing gloves. And when I mean gloves, maybe since it's cold right now, wear some of these regular winter gloves, that maybe reminds you not to be touching your face and keeping your hands to yourself, right? Make sure you increase ventilation inside the home. That's either having your windows open and doors, or having your central air on, the heater. If you can, maybe host outdoors. And I know if it's really cold, of course, but in that case, maybe have a bonfire, have bonfires, where it's keeping things warm, and keeping others warm. Have a hand sanitizer around everywhere. Make sure it's 60% alcohol. And make sure that you are supplying single-use towels instead of like your actual regular towels, the cloth ones, so that nobody sharing germs. Have one person who is wearing a mask and clean hands serving food, so that people are not handling serving utensils. So one person that has had their hands washed before and after is going to be in charge, or already have some meal sections prepared again by someone who already washed their hands, and wearing a mask. Have some assigned, so all people have to do is just grab them. Hand out single packages for condiments. So if you have to use condiments, which I'm not sure exactly what, just have them already pre-packaged, or just have, if it's ketchup or if it's mustard, have those pre-packages. So all I gotta do is toss them out. Make sure that everyone washes their hands with soap for 20 seconds. So maybe singing the happy birthday song twice before and after preparing, or if you're serving or eating food. Okay, have disposable tableware, because you don't want to reuse it. Hey, you don't have to wash dishes, so have those disposable tableware, paper plates and stuff like that. Designate a space for guests to wash hands after handling or eating food. So have a washing place everyone can go, whether it's a bathroom or the kitchen. And avoid hugs and handshakes. Maybe you can have like a elbow greets, a footsie one. I don't know, get creative as you're trying to stay away from touching each other. So there's that. These are some safety precautions that I read about on, because as much as we want to say that we shouldn't be with each other, and I know I'm gonna get probably some lash on this, but people are going to. We can ask people to, just like we've done before, don't have sex, right? And then they gonna do it. And so if they're gonna do it, at least let's educate others on how to do it safely. And that's just my own personal opinion. So if you're gonna be spending time with each other, make sure that you're doing safely. And these are some ideas. So I'm gonna talk about some Zoom ideas. That's obviously virtual activities. And then I'll end with some that are moderate risk with those if you're gonna be spending time with your really close family, okay? So these are some Thanksgiving ideas, activities for Zoom. There is Thanksgiving scavenger hunts. So what does that look like? You're gonna have people go find Thanksgiving related items. This could be a pumpkin, an ear of corn, a potato, a thermometer, anything that you use during Thanksgiving, a pumpkin pie, green beans, croutons, as I'm thinking stuffing and stuff, a red leaf, or something like, when you're thinking of fall, because that's when I think of Thanksgiving. Anything that makes you think of Thanksgiving will be great here. And so what happens, whoever comes with the item first gets a point. And whoever, of course, has the most points by the end wins the game. And of course, make sure you have some cool prizes where people were like, yeah, I want to win. And this is kind of like, are you in the Thanksgiving spirit? And hopefully you do already have some of these items at home. Another idea, it could be dinner rolls. I'm sure you're gonna have some. I can only think of food because when I think of Thanksgiving, I think of food. And then you can make it a cultural thing like tamales, because us Mexicans like to make tamales during the holidays, whether it's Thanksgiving or Christmas or New Year's. So get creative, have a list, maybe 10. Another way you can do this is like having a list and make it on Zoom, and you're sharing your screen share, and you have a list of all these Thanksgiving things, and you give everyone about a 2 or 3 minute, 5 minutes. You decide, maybe you do your rounds depending on the people, how many people, who you have, and then see whoever can come up with the most in the list will win. That could be another way. And so that's one. Then we have number 2, the best Thanksgiving food. This is kind of a way to get to know each other, and maybe have you been paying attention all your Thanksgiving, because this is with your family, right? So you'll need a scrapbook for this, a writing utensil. So this is where you're gonna write. Everyone gets to write their favorite all time Thanksgiving food. For me, I love everything. I like the combination, but if I had to choose one thing, it's like mashed potatoes. I love mashed potatoes. I'm just getting hungry now. And then, then you're gonna have all the players have to guess to see what each person's favorite, food is. And of course, the one that gets the most points at the end, that can guess right of who everyone's favorite Thanksgiving food is, then wins that game. That to me seems like, ooh, do you pay attention? Like, if you know me, I don't like ham, and some people love ham, and that's all they do. So it's just something that you really kind of get to know. Have you been paying attention all this time for Thanksgiving? Okay, so during this time, it's right before Christmas, and so I would encourage people to maybe during Thanksgiving have a Secret Santa My Christmas wish list. And there is this thing, and I'm going to share because I was shared by someone else that shared this with me. It's called My Christmas Wish List. And then you put their name, and then I've been naughty, nice, or trying my best. And you kind of get to know a little bit about someone. You can put this also on a shared document or Google Slide or share Google Doc, and everyone can see this. But what's gonna happen is that we're gonna make sure everyone gets the list where they're gonna say, I want this, I need this, and then you go see, I'll wear this, like what kind of things you like to wear. I'll read this, what kind of things you like to read. And then you have my wish for someone else this Christmas. You'll find out if anyone actually is very compassionate. And then this is a great part. It has my favorites. And so it's color. You have flavor. What's your favorite color? What's your favorite flavor? Your favorite candy, your favorite drink, favorite activity, favorite movie, favorite hobby, and favorite book. Everyone gets to fill one of this out. And I feel like I kind of get to know whoever your Secret Santa is going to be. And then of course you fold this, put it in a small, and people just draw people, right? And then you kind of get to know them a little bit more. If you do share it in a doc, so you can kind of see everyone's, and you can see like, ooh, get to know, oh, that's your favorite color for future, and any future kind of birthday gifts. I feel like this is a way to really get to know people, and you can have proof now. Well, take pictures and you can kind of get an idea. I think this is great to prepare you for the holidays. If you want to give, save money on a budget, make sure you are getting to know the people, really getting to know the person you're going to be buying for. So I thought that was cute, that it's not an activity, but it's something to prepare and help you make it a little easier to go finding stuff for that person. Okay, so now the Thanksgiving games on Zoom, which is the Thanksgiving scavenger hunt and the best Thanksgiving food. Now let's look at Christmas games on Zoom. So it's gonna be kind of similar, and I think I like it just because I like the scavenger hunt. So there's a Christmas scavenger hunt, and this is where you have a list of Christmas objects that players need to go find, and then you give them a minute. So you're gonna screen share this list on Zoom, and then there's gonna be a list. It could be a Christmas tree, it could be a snowflake, it could be an ornament, it could be baby Jesus, it could be a nutcracker, a Santa hat, a bow, a gift bag, hot chocolate, marshmallows, candy canes, anything that you can think of. And then of course you give them a minute or two and see who can come up with the most items, of course, back in their seat, and whoever can find them from the list, the most from the list, wins that game. Prizes are going to be required. Hopefully you have some cool prizes. And then this one you can also just, like you did with the first one with the Thanksgiving scavenger hunt, you can go one by one. Whoever gets to their seat first with the item wins the point. So depending whether you want to have a list, screen sharing, or you can just blur out and then have one person bring that one item back, and the one who comes back on their seat with the item will win or have a point. And of course that one with the most points wins. Okay, so that's the Christmas scavenger hunt. And then there's the Christmas colors, and this is kind of like the other one, but is this where you call out a color, hopefully a Christmas color, the red. Well, when I think of Christmas, I think of different colors too, and run to find something Christmassy of what the color and bring it back. So each person that pops back into their seat with the object first they earn that point. So of course the player with the most points at the end wins the game. And this is nice, like if you're don't have, hopefully you're in the Christmas spirit and your house is nicely decorated. It could be easy to find, so hopefully you can kind of prepare people, like hopefully you're in the Christmas spirit and prepare for all these games. And then there's one last one for Zoom. It's a Christmas movie extra. Before the party, have one. Everyone will pick a picture of their favorite Christmas movie, and then or a scene of their favorite Christmas movie. Then when they get on Zoom, everyone will switch their virtual background, because they usually have a background, to that scene or the movie. And then people will take turns guessing what is everyone's background movie. And then you type it in the chat what movie you think is everyone's background, and whoever guesses the most correctly wins the games. This could be like Home Alone, there's like 1, 2, and 3, there's like The Elf. There's so many good Christmas movies, and you know, you can always go, you know, review some of your best Christmas movies, and then just have a little background in the back. Okay, I thought that was pretty cool. And of course, if people need help, you can always help them, or people can help in their household. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the moderate risk or Christmas games. If you're gonna be doing it in person, you're gonna be, you know, spending time together in person with your intimate family. Again, recommended less than 10 people. Okay, there are these options. So this one's the wrapping paper and gloves, COVID style. I've kind of researched some of this, and this used to be like the plastic wrap gift, but it's hard, you know, with this. It's usually you do it without gloves. But this one, the wrapping paper, which you're gonna be using lots of them. You don't have to use lots of them, but I did use 4 of them. You're gonna need wrapping paper, gift wrap paper, and then you're gonna need a dies. Of course, you can do regular dies, but I found this at the dollar store. You're gonna use, we also have scotch paper, scotch tape, sorry. And then you can go to you're gonna buy any dollar items, or even just cheap items that are useful. And trust me, sometimes you find some great things at the dollar store. But it's not all items, but different things in there. So what you're gonna do is, and you're also gonna need some gloves. You're gonna buy everyone, and you can buy like 2 for $1 at the dollar store. So if you need like 8, then you can buy 8. So I bought these. These were 50 cents, so $1. You can go to the dollar store and buy, you know, yourself. You get 4 or 5 of them, 10 for $5 at the dollar store. You're gonna be using those gloves, and you will have, you're gonna wrap, and you're gonna start with the little one, and hopefully your biggest one is at the end. You will wrap. You don't even have to have the best wrapping skills, okay? You don't have to be the best wrapper. And you continue wrapping. I would encourage you to wrap once, and then don't put anything, and then wrap another one. Skip one, because people are like, where's my prize? There's nothing, right? So so what's gonna happen is that you're gonna have and you can do it sloppily, because you know you don't have to be perfect. So and then you have your 4 or 6 people go around on a table. One person will try to unwrap with their own gloves, or the gloves that you bought for them from the dollar store, while the other person next to them is rolling a die. And then when they're rolling the die, they have to get doubles. So in order to be able to go on in their turn to unwrap, they have to hit doubles. And then it happens the same thing. Then they get to unwrap, and then the next person we need to wait for the next person to get doubles. Once that person gets doubles, and then they have to give the gift. And sometimes you'll get something, and sometimes people will take forever to get their doubles, but every time you unwrap, whatever you unwrap will be yours. And so there's little prizes, and at the end, hopefully the last one is like a $20 bills, or you have little dollar bills throughout there, but the last one, which is hopefully the hardest to unwrap, will be a big prize. So I feel that can get really, you know, it can be fun as long as you keep your distance. Have, you know, about 5-6 people. You can do it with a lot more people, but we're keeping it low right now. You'll have your gloves. Make sure you're also wearing your mask while you're doing that, because again, we're trying to be safe. Okay, so that's that. I like the plastic wrap where you use the saran wrap and and the same thing with the dice, but again, we're trying to be safe here. So, and last but not least, we have the white elephant exchange COVID style. This is kind of what I came up with, but everyone brings a $10 to $20 gift to contribute to the common pool. Put them all in one place. You're gonna cut pieces of paper depending on how many people are playing. So we have here 8 people, right? And you're gonna cut it and you're gonna put it in a, once you cut the pieces, you put them all, in a little hat or whatever, and everyone gets to draw a number. And of course, the number 1 goes first. And what's gonna happen, number 1 is gonna go find a gift. They're obviously not gonna pick their own, but they're gonna find another gift. They're gonna get it. And then number 2 will go over there and they have the second chance to pick a gift. So after, like I said, everyone has to draw a number. You start with the number 1, then 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, and they pick from the pool. And what it used to be where you steal presents, well, because it's COVID style, you don't get to steal. You pick a present and that's what you get. So you will only be able to get pick a present from the pool, and that's what you get, and that's what you get to keep, and you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. So if we're not trying to touch too many things, whatever you touch is what you get. So unfortunately, it's not as exciting, but at least this can be fast, and everyone gets gifts. So, and then you can vary the prices depending on the family and the household. And so some people can give more bigger gifts than others. Just maybe you can also use something that you want to recycle. Maybe something regift. You can use gift cards. You can use money, whatever. And you never know. You can disguise your present as something different, so no one will pick yours. Whatever. Get creative, you guys. And I know it's hard. I know, again, it's recommended that you use the Zoom options, do virtual. But if you're gonna be spending time together, in person, just take the precautions that I mentioned: wearing a mask, washing your hands, and keeping your distance. And because not everyone can do Zoom either, but yeah, I think the Thanksgiving scavenger hunt, the best Thanksgiving food. You have the Christmas scavenger hunt, and you have the Christmas colors, the Christmas movie extra, and then the wrapping paper with gloves, COVID style. That's compared to the plastic wrap gift, where the saran wrap. And then last but not least, the white elephant gift exchange COVID style, where you don't even get to steal, you just get what you get. Well, hopefully that kind of gives you some ideas. And hopefully people don't get too upset that I did offer some moderate risk Christmas activities, game activities, but I felt like people are gonna do things whether we like it or not. Virtual games or activities during the holidays is probably the best, but if you're gonna be doing this, at least try to do it safely, wearing gloves, wearing your mask, keeping your distance. Okay, that's all I got for you guys today. I'll see you guys next week with another video.